Hello, everyone, and welcome to another podcast of Future Mind. I'm Janka Palchik, an intuitive psychologist with a deep love for science, art, and conscious business, with lifelong curiosity for the places where inner worlds meet outer reality. Today's guest is somebody truly special to me, Inge Erika Marcela Lauwers, an artist of soul and spirit, a woman who has lived in Norway for decades, breathing with nature, its silence, colors, and letting all of that flow through her work. And how do I know Inge? Not in the usual way. I first encounter her consciousness, the colors she sees the world in, the way her perception touches reality, soft, vibrant, multidimensional. It was one of those rare human moments when you feel someone's inner world before you meet their physical reality and presence. That experience stayed with me, and today I'm inviting you all to that space to feel the depth, the wisdom, and the poetic clarity that she naturally carries with her. Hello and welcome, Inge. How are you today?
Hello. This was a very nice introduction. Thank you. I am very good, very well, feeling fantastic in this nature in Norway. This is what I've chosen. And some of my family say, "Oh, you're so strong." And I'm thinking, I'm so lucky to live here. I'm enjoying every day more and more and more. Thank you. And
Fantastic.
so
I
nice
mean,
to get in touch again. Hello.
hello, hello. Everybody, me and Inge, we are sharing extraordinary experience in Costa Rica and in Norway and in Scotland
And
and
Sedona,
in Sedona.
Sedona,
And
that's very weird. Yeah.
yeah, I would
Yeah.
say that Sedona is life-changing
Mm,
present trip
totally.
and the world that everybody who is into consciousness and sensation of our cosmic presence, I would say,
Yeah.
should eventually experience. So tell me,
Yeah.
did that trip leave something in you that you encounter, go back to, and implement into also your art?
Yes, totally. I think it changed me, and also my perspectives on how you can choose your life, like dramatically. Also in my art, like you see my art, I'm in contact with like the goddess power in me, like with the moon goddesses. I think Sedona, at the time when we were there, it was about hopping timelines, like releasing and daring to let go. And that's still a theme in my work. Also, the quietness to come there. But like just recently, my art was chosen by a really big event as the main prize for like the contestant that would win this business, very business minded thing. But it was all about daring and daring to take the jump, and I had lots of fun with it because I had a bank director reading my text and I put multidimensional in it. And he's reading it out in front of 400 people. Yes. So thank you. So totally. I also think it's not something you can foresee, but like you, when you want to evolve, it happens. Yeah. Also our trip, it just happened.
Absolutely, that was all one big surprise.
Mhm.
But really love your art. There is a lot of spirituality, maybe, but I never really looked at your art as, calling itself, oh, I'm spiritual. I would more feel from it nature. Like I remember when you stayed with us, me and Anne in Scotland, and you brought them present,
Mm-hmm.
your postcards which you
Ah, yeah.
created, and there were these very, like, it was very minimalistic, but the way the animal was present,
Mm.
and it was extraordinary. And funnily, Anne is professor of veterinary. So 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 you brought
Was it?
her,
Yeah.
yeah, so you brought her presents, which were very intuitively chosen, I would say, but
Mm.
very appropriate for touching her with something. But what I want to say is that I find your art, in general, when I see whatever exhibitions you do, or your products, to me it is very down to earth, but it has very deep presence of its meaning, and really big consciousness is meeting this art you do. So,
Mm.
and I think that is indirect touch for people who don't talk about spirituality, who are not open to, talking about dimensions and
Yeah.
and spirits and light and whatever. Because I believe in the end it's not about that. It's about good heart, it's about good spirit, good soul, good approach, and really bringing something to all which can touch them without them even knowing. It's like when you go
Mm.
to food store and you see woman who is in counter, she's counting your products, and you see she's not having a really great day,
Mm.
and you smile and you say, ah, well, it could be worse. And I,
Yeah. Yes.
I think it is very the same level of touch, like being real and touching down to earth, not, being these gurus of art and gurus of spirituality, and, and
Mm.
saying, oh, we're all fine. I don't know how you down there are doing. So
Yeah. There
mhm,
is like no right or wrong how you create your art. But for me, it's not like I start from symbolism. Things have symbolism, they have meaning. And the day they speak to me like, I want to use this, then I will just apply it there and have fun with it, because I'm not making it to sell. Like, that's not the main
mhm,
area. But it will talk to people, and some people have really profound reactions with my art that I get surprised. It's like, yeah, I know that, but do people, wow, do they have such really big profound reactions to it? It means like your subconscious, it knows there's something that connect. And also, like you said, connect a lot of times. Like when I painted those small deer, there was a mother and two youngsters, and I painted them in aquarelle, in watercolor. It was because I saw them and I lived them, and they touched me in a way. And my kids were saying, "Don't go outside. They're now eating the apples in the frozen snow, and they need the apples." And I had to go to work, and it's like, okay, well, if I can't go to work, I'll just paint them. But it was just like, when I paint, not to make it too much. I try to do as little as possible, maybe with everything in life, but make it good enough. Like, there's nothing wrong with doing as little as possible, but just do it good enough. Like it has this class. Yeah, that's it. Mm. That's
Yeah, you're making it so easy, like, oh yeah, you just come and you do the least effort. And I do a little bit of painting, and I call it very abstract. I don't call it abstract, I call it very abstract. Which is explaining a lot about how uh, I exist through colors. So for me,
mm,
it's colors. For me, it
yeah.
is
And
like
colors,
when
it's complex. Oh, it's so
yeah,
complex, but you
yeah,
have
but
fun with it. I
yes,
see you're
yes,
having lots of fun with it. Mm-mm.
yes, but that is just putting colors together, and that's why I call it very abstract, because God doesn't know what it should be, and my cat really sometimes look at it when actually I paint her, and she was like, "Are we sure?"
You should let
So,
your cat paint, and she knows.
oh dear God, yeah, it was
Yeah.
fun for both of us, but it had colors which I was willing to put on the wall, and I put that painting on the wall, and I thought, oh my God, like this is just carrying so much joy,
Hmm.
and but an hour later. I was passing by and I look at it and I was like, what the hell was I thinking? Like, how could I put this here on public space? And then I asked, higher spirit, like, how is this possible? How can we have such a different experience or perception of one art, one painting?
Mm.
And it told me, because once you looked through spiritual artistic eye, and the other time you looked through logic, through you know
Yeah, and
and
it's mm,
so
that
so tell me, because you also teach, uh tell me, how do people deal with this, or how you help them to deal with it, that they love it and then hate it and then they say, oh, I will never do this again. So what do you recommend?
well, different things.
Great,
First
great.
of all, I teach children and very old people. That's like the two most fun groups of people for me because they dare and they don't give an F anymore. The ones that dare,
we
and
we
that
swear we swear here when we want to.
yes, yes, yes. But I think we're like a painting and a drawing is evolving. But it's perfect when also the first line is drawn. And I have to educate the parents more than the kids. The kids have art. It comes out of them. You just have to make it possible that they can make art and that they're not restricted. And ooh, which pencil should I take? And should I put the paper like this and like this? I'm like, oh my God, you're already brainwashed. Doesn't matter. What do you want? You're the artist. But I have to educate the parents. Like when the parents come and they see the kids drawing and they're like, yeah, it's a kid that has drawn. And then I highlight, like, look at this, look at how special this is. And look at this one. He did like completely different. Or this one, he solved the puzzle like that because like if they have an yeah, either a technique or a team or something. And then you see suddenly the parents like growing in like appreciation because they love the kids painting, but they don't see all like what is so special with it. So there's a education is more the people around the kid, around the artist. um, but also like this little voice when you have made something. It's often with me. It's before I make something, and it's like a little voice like nee, 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 it's not good enough. And it's actually because I haven't started with it. Because when I start, I have so much fun that this little voice is like do do do, and it goes.
Mhm, mhm.
And then sometimes that's like the third thing is you're not completely happy with it. And this is so good because you know that you can do so much better. So frustration is a fantastic thing. It's just like, of course we have to practice, like practice, like you can't play the violin because you see a violin and you see somebody playing. Maybe you can in future times, but in your mind you can, and that's good. So just practice and do more, and just have fun. Like, don't forget the fun, because that's where it all gets killed these days. Like the people that I teach, like the youngsters, they encounter so much fantastic art online, and there are a lot online. They forget that it's like 70 hours before this was reached, or in my case 40 years and 4 minutes making it, but 40 years of like drawing. But like nothing should stop you. You're just perfect, like you are with spiritual development. You can't say, oh, I'm only here. No, you're just perfect there. You're perfect for everybody around you. And that's how I dared, because this is another thing. You have made art and it's very personal, and you just said it, like, I hang it in, like, it was hanging in public space. It's your space, so, and you can take that space. So I'm also getting to grips with that a lot more, and putting myself a lot more out there, because for years I've been undercover, and the people who found me, like, yay, lucky you. I'm not going there anymore, because everything you do with so much energy, it has a meaning to, it will help others in one way or another. Mm. So
Amen.
that was a long answer and a complex answer. Yes, yes,
Well,
yes.
it's great. It's great. No, great. Thank you. As I give space when you speak, it's
Mm,
it's brilliant when we are able to really step back.
mm,
And even if we are excited about what somebody's saying, and oh, I should add there something, but I think it is such a brilliant skill to learn to real, really little bit pull back and give that space for or of witnessing. And when we give that space of witnessing, like I did just now to you,
yeah.
I could actually sense again that cosmic, that artistic consciousness you have around you. And I would say to that this is the key to artistry. Whatever somebody is doing, if it is paint, if it is sculpture, music, dance, whatever, cooking, cleaning. Let's just not forget everything can be art. Nothing is too small
Mm-hmm.
if we know how to own it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it's exactly as you said about it's your art, it's your painting. You put it wherever you choose. And I would also add wherever you have guts to. And let's go through that to what people who love doing art and it was with them since early age.
Mm-hmm.
But they were stopped by somebody who told them, "Are you kidding me?" Or, like my brother used to tell me when I was singing, okay, it was Celine Dion and Mariah Carey, so it could hurt if you are not correct. So, so
Horrible.
yeah, when I was growing
Not
up
that.
and I would be practicing those things, my brother would be always like, Jesus Christ, are you hurt?
Yeah.
So, but sometimes it can be really meant as a joke halfway.
Mm.
But for empaths, for sensibles, who often are the best artists because they are the ones who bring these, consciousness that you are bringing.
Mm.
And as you said, yes, there will be always ego, yaddling, like, really, well, this isn't Picasso, really. Well, um, But when we know how to deal with it, when there is not too many blockages which we absorbed as a kids,
Mm.
about, well, no, you are not pretty. No, you shouldn't wear this. No, you shouldn't do this. No, you shouldn't sing anywhere. You shouldn't blah blah blah. So, what would you say, which I think you actually also perfectly answered, go with the excitement? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what else would you advise them? Like, do you think if you get right teacher or some model who overcome it, or what would you really advise those people? Because you beautifully embody, and I believe with embodiment, Norway is helping you ridiculously because it's such a deep, deep rooting country. It's
Yeah.
very good choice, I think, for you and for your art and for your soul. But would you say that your soul drag you there and really rooted you there, or what would you say? How did you end up there?
Well, how did I end up there? I was like, I had to stop myself to go further north because I'm born in Africa. So,
Mhm.
and then lived in Europe in my teens and went to university in both Belgium and the UK. And then I ended up with job in Norway. Um, what does pull you? I've been back to Africa since last year, and it was a mind-boggling experience because what I connected with was the nature, like I do here. Like I especially stay in Norway. I have all this family in Belgium, and they would love me there, but I have my kids here as well. Um, and it's the nature. When I go back to Belgium, I'm like, oh, people are so stressed. Oh my God, it's December and they don't realize it's winter. They're all walking in high heels and they're like stressing, and nobody is like, it's the time to be quiet and maybe be inside the house. And here in Norway, they're crazy. They put red curtains, but they need that because the snow is so wide outside. You need some color. But I love that about Norway, that the nature will really instill in you like, okay, there is a rhythm to this. In the summer, be extrovert, and in winter be introvert. And it has both. It's beautiful, both of it. So I mean, that's what really keeps me here in Norway, because I have choices. I could find a job another place, and never say never, but till now I still like it very much. I love snow. I never encountered snow till I was 9 years old, so it's like magic every time. Yeah, and yeah, I play a lot in the snow. So
Well, and I guess,
that
I
makes
guess, yeah.
it's it's just the beauty here and the water, and to have nature so near. Like every window I look from is nature. I have neighbors, but there's through the trees and a bit further. um, and I live at a big lake. It's called fjord, but it's not really a fjord, but it's the longest fjord in Norway anyway. um, and I have a boat there, and just the observations with water. I think people go to courses to learn meditation. I just have to go outside, and it's there. Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
that is,
absolutely what keeps me here. It's the beauty. It's
Mhm.
so unimaginably beautiful.
Although I remember when you were telling me, yeah, it was snowing and I don't see where the road is, so I have to go sort of guessing,
It has
like
its
I,
enormous
I
challenges.
yeah, like I think it was to the left now.
Totally, and the darkness, but it's just the roughness of it. That's what I really love. And when I made sculpture in glass, that's also the roughness I liked there. I casted glass in sand just to have like this crust and this roughness, and that's what I like with the nature. It's so powerful. So you, yeah, and you
Mhm,
have to befriend it, and you get lots of messages from nature. So I had to befriend some snakes in my garden because when nature is complete, you also have snakies. This was big. But no, I befriended them. Yeah.
So, yeah, absolutely. I hear you. I hear you. It all sounds amazing. And I guess in the nature we get it twice. We get the roughness and beauty. That's one.
Mm,
And then what do? Because you have to face really a lot of your fears, insecurities, doubts. And
mm,
it's like, okay, so now you have to survive, which is aligned with what world in general is now facing. And that's why I started those podcasts, to help people get back to themselves, really, to
mhm.
get back to yourself. Like, do you have 5 courses, 5 or 15 universities where you should go, could go, but you have no clue what to do? Why? Because we need to get back to ourselves and
It's
back to our decisions. Like, how do I make decisions? Through within. Of course
mm,
I use logic. You also use logic if you are in nature, which is, yes, beautiful, but let's be honest, it could kill you if you don't know really drive well in, without some sort of
mm,
navigation.
mm.
Um, so, so I would say in this environment, it is at the same time giving you opportunity to face your things which you as a human should face, and then it's like you are uncovering, your own power, your own skills, your own knowing, and you really come with, oh, so this is here, this firework of light, the
Mm.
firework of knowing.
Yes.
And because, like, I really sense big depth when we speak, and it is really mm, coming in through your art, not just through your presence, but it is all linked.
Mm.
And so, what do you do to A, choose what you buy, what you get? And then I will have another question because I know I can have too many questions at the same time. So,
What do you mean what you buy, what you get? What do you mean
uh,
food?
yeah, as for example, if you go for a massage, simple thing, right? So you
Well,
go for when you go for massage, or I don't know, let's say you go for a meal, or
yeah.
you choose, you are choosing where to go for a retreat, let's say.
Hmm.
Uh, so what are your factors? What do you use? What knowledge, information, what do you research? How do you choose? What is the best for you?
I think it comes on your path, and it's also what I put out there. And suddenly, like, I get reminders or some small visuals, and it's something with like glint in the eye, like. I don't go on a retreat which is like, oh, this is going to be hard work, and we're all going to really dig, and it's not going to be fun. It's like, that's life. Rather, but of course you also do that, but like you have to dig deep, but that'll happen. So I love food. I love making food. I invite a lot of people here. I have some beautiful dinners, and they're always like, "Oh, you're so exotic." No, I'm just from Belgium, but I love some good food. So I will say, like, what are the factors? It's not the most convenient place where I live. Like, if I want to find food, I have to go to several stores, and it's a big scavenger hunt. And when you say like, oh, when you go for
Yeah,
a
yeah.
massage, and
This
I'm like, yeah,
this
then I have to
this
drive.
this this reminds me when we came back from Sedona. and we stay in Edinburgh. Then I told you here is like the most famous Indian restaurant, and you were like, oh, let's order, and you were like, let's have everything, and I looked at you like, I think they have really big portions for having everything, and you were like, we don't have this in Norway,
We'll just
in
eat.
yeah, in this extent. And no, like, but to be fair, I mean, it was incredible cooking, and
Yeah.
I'm not really into Indian, but now when you said, I love good cooking. I mean, I love cook crazy. I mean, I experiment like crazy,
Mhm.
and sometimes, well, 98% it is great. 2% is like, well, this could be better, but. But so what I hear from what you are saying is that at your stage where you are now,
Mm,
you really go with the buzz. Like, do I feel excitement? Do I
mm.
feel that my
Yeah.
energy is, oh, this
Yeah.
sounds good?
It's uplifted. Like
Hmm.
you see something fun and you think like, how can we make it more fun?
Hmm.
Should
Hmm.
we
Yeah.
dress up?
For example, or
Life
not.
is too short, not to dress up. It's like, and I have some good crazy friends. Yeah, they're into this. And they let me be me. And I guess that's a part of it. Yeah, yeah.
So
So,
so let's step here because I think it
mm,
is another big topic, and we could talk about it in another podcast, which I believe we will. But you know, letting people be you. I mean, that is a big thing, and I think people don't often, or we often don't realize that that is how we should choose friends. To
mm,
have courage
mm,
to show who I am,
mhm.
otherwise, they have nothing to really accept,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because yeah, if I'm very convenient and normal, why wouldn't you want to
Yeah.
support me, love me, be with me? But if we really come with, yeah, this is my little tingle, this is my little tingle, this is my little tingle. What do you think about it? And when they come and, oh, great, this is my little tingle, this is my little tingle, and let's find a way how to have fun, how to support, how not to jealous,
Mm,
envy, and compare ourselves. Because this is why also businesses are losing their cool, because they are not really willing, if it is business or artist, like they're
mm.
not often willing to show who they are. And now I'm not talking about vulnerability. I
No, but
don't.
there's people that don't want to share. They have something very special. I'm like, really? How did you
Yeah.
come here? Somebody shared their sperm. So
Yeah.
come here. And their
Absolutely.
eggs.
And I think this is what people need to search in friend. Or not even just in friend, but in friend, in teacher, in somebody who owns a shop. You go to pay somewhere just for like, I don't know, coffee, and somebody sees you, somebody perceives you. So
Mm,
for young people, I think this is very important to realize. There are people who see you,
mm,
who really are into you in a
yeah.
nice, healthy, supporting way. And this is what we need to search for, therefore support, pay for,
Mm,
buy, if it is art, cafe, blah, blah,
mm,
blah, whatever it is.
mm,
That this, what you just said, is what brought you here if you can't show yourself?
mm. But I learned something big from you. First time we met, you talked about like you spoke to God and you said to God, bring me some more friends. And you got some more friends. And then you said to God, bring me some more friends. And I thought like, you asked too much. But No, you got some more friends, and that's when we met. You said like that's when I asked some more friends, and I have done that because also of the course of your life, your paths will change, and your friends will have other, not values, but like other things they're doing, and then you need more friends, and they are there, and there's never like a door that closes a little bit before another one is already wide open, and that I found so nice of you to share with me. Like just ask God for more friends. It's like the fun must go on. So,
I must go on. I love that. Absolutely, absolutely. I think if we want to be leaders and creators of our lives and at the same time live what our soul, I don't like that words that agreed to come and live or show or express, but because we always have choice. I mean, if
mm,
I learn and if I'm learning now something deeper and more expanding about me, life, world, God, consciousness, cosmos, money, like all of that, it is here, right? It
mhm.
is here, but we have to learn, not know, learn. Because as you said, say to God, I want more friends. So he will bring you more friends. But what type of friends?
Yeah,
Like
you have to be specific. Specific,
it's
not
like
just
God. Yeah, it's like God,
fill
bring
my
me a man.
house.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like God, bring me a man, and he is like any man. Yeah.
No, thank you very
Yeah,
much.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. No, 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 no. Let's just rephrase it, God.
Yes, yeah. Mm,
Yeah.
mm,
And you linked it very well with the change we go through, and we are really expanding. And some of us are expanding faster than others. Is it because of there is some predictive path for us, or there isn't? Is it based on, who do we, for example, give a chance for too long and they're taking us down?
mm,
So if this is going for, people, and I feel it is, who are young or have young kids or are working with young kids,
mm,
I think this is one of those essential things to talk. I don't want to say teach, but search for really great value and that courage to simply say to those who are not anymore or any longer fit with us that,
mm.
okay, I don't feel that we are growing the same direction, and therefore I can love you, but I simply can't deal with you.
Mm.
And don't you find it one of those biggest decisions, being able to let go with grace?
Yeah, that's need some practice to let go, like a flower that opens and just like you don't say to the flower, "Open now." You give it enough light and the water, and then yeah, and some flowers will die beautifully, like friendships, and then give new seeds. And I recently connected to somebody, but then I connected in my terms, a friend, and I think it's because I was ready. Like also this with like friends and who's in your life, and it's what you radiate out from your core. And the friends will reflect a lot of how you are on the inside. So if I believe in myself, which needed a lot of years to believe like really strongly. As a kid, you do it and you don't think about it, but then comes all this life and hits you, or puts you here and there. Like if you believe in yourself and you know your worth, you will meet those people. If you're very loving, you will see a very loving world, and not meet all this hardship. Hardship is there anyway if you want to meet it, and then. But the day you're in a bad mood, you will go in this dog shit, you know. You will meet that as well. And luckily, there is a balance, but very much of what you radiate out. Like also as an artist, I meet a lot of people. It's like, do you earn a lot of money? How can you survive? But um, if I tell them I'm a very an artist, very well in touch with my work, and people appreciate my work, and what I tell them, if that I'm a poet and I'm a scenograpist and I'm an artist, a glass artist, what you tell them, they're so grateful that you tell them what your story is, who you are, because they want to place you somewhere. And then they adapt. Like, yeah, she's a bit strange, she's an artist, but yeah, that's an artist, and they will accept it. It's not so much the outside world that has to accept you. It's what you radiate out. Like, this is what I want to be. And if you want to change your story, you can do that easily. You can do that so easily, and go where it
Uh,
wants to take you.
I have to clap to this again
Mm,
because this is precisely my very practical experience,
mm,
which I also want to share. And thank you for that because I think it's a very deep wisdom about you have to get to point that you know who you are
mm,
and what you represent.
mm.
And when you stand behind what you represent,
Yeah.
world will just like this movie Interception, which was like with Leonardo DiCaprio. It is just like reality
Yeah.
simply shifts.
Mm,
I had in Edinburgh. I had a business where I was doing hairdressing, massages, therapies, sound healings, simply a lot of procedures for feeling better, I
mm,
would call it. And uh, when I started, I wanted to be healer, but you are new in country now. You don't know what to do, And I had some experiences with businesses, and then I didn't even know how it got to that position that I opened the business. And in UK, it's very easy and simple. So what I'm saying is, everybody who want to experience really supportive, easygoing business environment, and you are into those things, go to Edinburgh. Love
mm.
it.
Yes, yes,
Love
yes.
it, love it, love it. But because I wanted to be healer more than businesswoman or more that, creative, everybody who came to me needed healing. People would open the door and they would like, oh, here is my medicine. Like people started to call me my medicine. I was like, what? Yeah, so they would be like, they would come and they would say, oh, when I met you, like I always lose all of my pains and I feel like, everything is possible when I'm living and so on,
Yeah.
which is great. However, I wasn't paid for that. I was paid for something different. This was just additional. This is taking far too much from me, even if
Mm.
I love the results for people.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Somebody who creates space. I swear to God, people who were coming to me 5 years, they turned like this. Oh, what's changed here? Is there something new? It feels very different. And
Yeah.
they started to behave very differently. Those who still persist in seeing me as a healer, they
Mm.
simply left. And I was like, yeah, bon voyage. Good luck. I love
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah,
this is not for me anymore. And I shifted my personality and my, let's say, world projection of what I am now doing. How do I represent myself? It shifted radically my business three
yeah.
times in 13 years, if not
Yeah,
more.
yeah,
But
yeah. I-
so
I've
this is
seen
exactly.
that. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. And this is exactly what I believe you are saying, that if you are walking through the world, like I do a little bit of this, I do a little bit of that, and I do also this, but I certainly don't do that. What exactly do you do? Who are you? And you come and give them this answer? Yeah.
Mm.
There
Yeah.
is not, yeah, there is not clarity. Yeah,
Mm.
but as you said, you can be weird. If you are artist, spiritual, you can be
Yeah.
surgeon, you can be Jim Carrey, you can be,
Yeah.
like there is world full of people who owns that they are weird and they are
Mm.
multimillionaires because they own
Mm.
that, yeah, I am weird because I see what you don't. When we get to that point,
Mm.
cosmos shifts. And now is not space to talk about timelines, but that's the same. Timelines just collapse to the choice you are making today.
Mm. It's also the 4th of December, full moon in, I don't know, Aquarius or something. And it should be like, it should be the moon that puts really a timestamp on, like, from now on, it's just gonna, there's all this confusion, there's just gonna be clarity and forward movement. I love that. But you have to be ready to do this forward movement if you're still like, oh, I don't really know. And I think the only thing you have to hold on to is your authenticity. When you get away from a meeting or something, the, could I really be me? Did I really yeah, like expose enough of me, how I am, like the true core? And this brings me back to like teaching the children. Like it's so easy to teach, or not teach, to do art with children because they have this authenticity. You just have to allow it, and it'll flow. You don't have to introduce like, this is an artist Picasso and this is an artist so and so. They don't have to learn that. Just be themselves. And that's why I love being around children. There's not all these big humps where you have to get over, and like read in the sidelines how you should. They're authentic. If they're angry, they're really angry. If they're bored out of their skull. And boredom is another fantastic tool, actually, because when you're bored, I want to do it different, and that's where you should dig. But just this authenticity. So like, that's where I'm going for, and that's the people I meet, really authentic people like you, darling. I must say it again. Yes, you're very authentic and in touch with yourself. I would say it's a lot of work, but it's like you cannot be anybody else. For me, being an artist, I try to like put it a little bit away and do lots of other things and prioritize. I became a very bitter person.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. So yeah, now now I
Mm-hmm.
get to choose, and the first thing I did was build myself a beautiful atelier in this house. So you get to see that another time. Just yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
being more of yourself. And what is that? It's not difficult. It's like, what do you like to do, and how can you make your day even better, because it's already fantastic, and then even more. Yes, so you just want to bite in it, I guess. That's my expression.
I just love what you just said, and I would say that this would be very good space to end our first communication.
Yes,
And but it doesn't let me not to add it there.
yes,
but
yeah, of course.
but yes, it is perfect. However, we don't always get out of the bed as that it is great. And for all of those people who are saying to themselves now, well, F you, I don't feel great. I
Mm.
just would add there that those are new habits we build for decades. We learn to get out of bed and say, Cosmos, here I am, ready for fucking
Mm.
miracles.
Mm.
I want miracle here, I want miracle there, I want blessings. Show me how can you surprise me positively, keyword, financially, creatively, relationship wise. How can I become the one I would be super happy to be with every moment
Oh
of the
yeah,
day?
yes,
I
yeah.
mean, yeah, because in order to experience what you experience now, you learned to love who you are. It doesn't mean you are
Mm.
perfect. It doesn't mean I'm perfect. We just learn that, well, world will have to suck it up. Right? Like,
Absolutely.
yeah? And and world isn't saying F you. World isn't saying, oh, not today. World
No.
is saying how you say.
Mm.
No?
Yes, it does.
Isn't it?
And for the people that can't get out of bed, of course, there's days that I just want to slumber in the sofa. And if I allow myself, I get so much more energy the next day, or the day after that. But allow to just do nothing as well. And to just
Absolutely.
do a Netflix series or something, because so much is happening. It's unbelievable evolution these days. I mean, just the whole time there's new things. Like, you have to also make calm, and then even better, like just make silence. Allowing 1 hour without the camera, it's a fantastic experience. It's difficult in the beginning, but it's a fantastic experience. Not to answer any mails, any SMS, just 1 hour going outside, not taking the phone. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Mm,
also,
mm,
when you get out of bed, not taking phone into hand. If you go to bed, not
mm.
taking phone before you
Yeah.
go to bed, or even taking a phone into bed with you. I would say
Mm,
just say out loud who you choose to be, not who you think you are, who you feel you are. You
mm,
know, we are all starting from somewhere we used to feel that we are. We used to see ourselves life or
mm,
like, we thought about ourselves. The path to higher experience and better life is that yes, you know that you are not that great being who you choose to be yet, but also you are not anymore angry with you not being there yet. You have to smooth that path, right? And that path from where we are and where we want to go is by accepting, by just letting ourselves, let's say, to know, yeah, I know you are sometimes very little dummy, but I
Mm,
love you. I mean, who
mm,
will love me if I will not love me? Nobody will love us if we are not able or willing to
yeah.
simply give ourselves space to become.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
give us last sentence so you finish because I started.
This is okay. Last sentence. Oh, I would say bite the day. Hang. And just choose something you want to wake up for. Is it music? Is it for me? It's drawing something. It's like, ooh, I'm gonna draw this little pretty bird, or just boiling an egg and just enjoying the softness of it. Just little things, really. That's my last thing. The little things. Yeah.
And that is the best advice ever, girl.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your presence today and for your wisdom. And I'm sure somebody will chew at it.
Also brav.